I want you to tell me if this story sounds familiar to you. I was just in Dallas, Texas. We were doing a Leasing University live training for about 60 leasing consultants from a major REIT. Everybody knows the name of this company. Well, over lunch, one of the leasing consultants came up to me and she said, "Man, this is great training, but I just got to tell you about my personal problem." I said, Sure. Tell me what's going on." She had a great way of putting this. She says, "All the time, I keep getting told no with a smile. I feel like I'm making all these great friendships and I'm the biggest people person in the world, but I just can't rent an apartment to save my life." If this sounds familiar, if this sounds at all remotely like something you're experiencing, you're gonna wanna watch this video because I'm about to explain to you what is going on when you're doing a great job of making friends, but you're having a difficult time getting the lease. Being liked is no substitute for expertise. And I know this is a bit controversial. I know some of you are gonna be like, "Whoa, I can't believe he said that." Many leasing consultants out there are spending way too much time focusing on whether or not their prospects like them and not enough time focusing on providing value. And I'm about to explain to you why being liked has very little to do with you getting the lease. Being liked will get you a smile and a handshake. Being liked will make you a new friend. But being liked is not going to get you the lease. I may not like you as a person. You and I may not be whatever you call it, we're not getting along. But if you provide me value, if you can explain to me how a particular apartment is going to improve my life, improve my situation, if you're an expert enough to know what's important to me, and more importantly, all of the stuff that I'm not thinking about. Hey, did you realize the drive? I went ahead and mapped it out. You're actually going to be spending 37 minutes less in the car when you take the to work and back from work time and put those together. That's somebody that provides value. And that's the type of person that's going to get the lease. Now, am I telling you to be a jerk? Absolutely not. But many of you, be honest now, many of you got into this industry. It's a great reason to get into the industry because you're a people person and you're a pleaser and you're a go-getter and you want everybody to like you. It's not that important. Let me explain to you. And guys, hey guys, put this up on the big board. So I'm gonna map this out for you, all right? I'm gonna draw a little graphic here that's gonna prove it to you. And this is what I told her in Dallas yesterday. I said, "Hey, by the way, are you a Bruno Mars fan?" Sidebar, I'm a Bruno Mars fan. Love Bruno Mars. Went to his concert. He was great. He gave my son a drumstick. I digress. Let's just say I've got 2 tickets, front row, to Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars, baby! 2 tickets front row. And the person I was going to give the other ticket to, the person who was going to go to the concert, well, they backed out. They can't go. So I want to sell this ticket. All right, so let's map out. We'll use a simple Gartner quadrant here. So guys, put a Gartner quadrant up there. All right, so on the vertical axis of the Gartner quadrant here, we're going to put whether or not you like me, okay? And on the horizontal axis, we're going to put whether or not I provide value, which would be Bruno Mars. So let's say you like me, but you don't like Bruno Mars. So there's really no value, but you like me. So what does that get you? That gets you exactly what the leasing consultant in Dallas gets: a smile and a handshake. Thank you so much for thinking of me, Matt, on the Bruno Mars tickets. Hey, it's a pass for me. I'm just not crazy about Bruno Mars, and I don't have $400 to drop on a ticket. But I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Thank you for thinking about me. See, you like me, but there's no value in the ticket, so you're not going to get the ticket. Let's say you don't like me, and there's no value. So now we're in the lower left hand of the quadrant. guess what you're going to say? You're going to say no, all right? If you say anything at all. And a lot of you, sometimes maybe they won't like the leasing consultant and the leasing consultant didn't provide value. These are the people that are just never calling you back, right? You do your follow-up and they're just not calling you back. By the way, if you want to learn how to provide value, you're going to start to notice people are going to call you back a lot more. And we can teach you how to provide a lot more value over at leasinguniversity.com. So great. On the like scale, if you like me a lot but there's no value, you're going to get no and a smile, no and a handshake. If I don't like you and there's no value, you're not even going to get a call back. But let's say you like Bruno Mars. So if you like Bruno Mars and you like me, what answer am I going to get? Heck yes! Awesome, Matt. Woo! Great concert, Bruno Mars, person I like. It's awesome. It's dynamite. You're going to get a heck yes. But if you don't like me, let's say you don't like me. Oh, I can't stand that Matt Easton guy. He's annoying. I can't stand his YouTube videos, but I love Bruno Mars. Tons of value. They don't like you, but there's a ton of value. Guess what you're going to say? You know, I'm going to jump on this offer. Let's go. Let's do some Bruno Mars. I can put up with Matt Easton for 2 hours. I can put up with that annoying guy for 2 hours because I love Bruno Mars and there's a ton of value for me in going to Bruno Mars. So if they don't like you but there's value, you're going to get the lease. If they like you and there's value, you're going to get the lease. If they like you and there's no value, you're not going to get the lease. And if they don't like you and there's no value, you're going to get the lease. My point with this whole chart here is that whether or not they like you really doesn't make that much difference in the end when it comes to them renting an apartment. You have to provide value. So how do you provide value? And this is what I worked with on the leasing consultant in Dallas, and this is what she's starting to do right now. Number one in providing value, you need to answer the phone quickly. The first value that you can ever provide somebody is to be respectful of their time and give them their time back. And by you answering the phone quickly is you actually providing them value because they're not having to sit on hold. They're not having to leave a voicemail. They're not having to call you back. If you connect with me when I call you instantaneously, you've already racked up a tremendous amount of value. The second way you can provide a lot of value is to be asking those W questions. What? Why? Where? How? Tell me more about that. What's most important to you? Why is that most important to you? Tell me more about that. Tell me about your current living situation. What would your ideal scene be? Provide value by listening to them. A lot of times when we focus so much on being liked, we're actually spending the majority of our time talking, doing all of the talking. When the people that provide value, they spend the majority of their time listening, asking those open-ended, those deep diving questions that are going to help you get to the heart of that person's situation and provide the value that's important to them. Monica, you told me that, one of the most frustrating things to you was Sacramento traffic. I totally understand. By the way, the reason why I'm calling you is I went on Google Maps. I did a little bit of research between our community and where you're currently living. And I believe that no matter what the traffic conditions are, on average, we can save you 36 minutes a day. That's 36 minutes that's there and back, but I'm going to give you 36 minutes back in your day. That's the type of value. Wow, I didn't even think about that. That plays a huge factor in where I want to live. Was kind of thinking about the other place or kind of thinking about renewing my lease. But this person went above and beyond and provided the value in showing me how they can save me 36 minutes a day times 5. That's like almost 3 hours a week of my life that this person just gave me. That's a lot of value. So I want you to think about this the next time somebody calls your leasing office. And I want you to think about this the next time somebody walks into your leasing office. Welcome, welcome. What can I get you information on? What research have you done on our community so far? Where are you living right now? What's the reason for your move? What's most important to you? Why is that most important? Tell me more about that. Tell me about what your ideal scene is. Oh, the kitchen, you love to cook. What types of foods do you like to cook? Tell me about like your ideal cooking situation. Is it you're entertaining people? Is it you're cooking by yourself? Dig in, learn about them and provide that value. And it's not going to matter whether or not you guys connect as friends. It's not going to matter whether or not you make a friend. Now you're going to make a lot of friends. But at the end of the day, what do you get paid for? Do you get paid to make friends, or do you get paid to get the lease? A professional that provides value gets the lease. A friendly person that makes a friend, great, they make a friend, but they're not going to get the lease. I hope this helps. I hope if you'd like more tips on how to lease apartments, please consider subscribing to this channel. And if you want the training, the realistic, real world training, the real stuff, not some online platform with a bunch of voiceover spokespeople and PowerPoint presentations. The real stuff, the real world in the trenches training that is going to help you get more leases. Well, we can provide you that value over at leasinguniversity.com. Check us out at leasinguniversity.com. If you want me to come out and train you and your people in a live setting, I'm more than happy to do that as well. Call my office, 888-735-7451. I'm Matt Easton, the founder of Leasing University. Until the next video, be great and get those leases. .500 of the top property management companies work with Leasing University. We conduct 100 live apartment leasing training events per year. We help our clients sign over 100,000 additional leases per year, adding $2 billion to their revenue. Leasing consultants that have access to Leasing University lease 7 times more apartments than the rest of the industry. Leasing University is new. Leasing University is game-changing, and Leasing University will get you 7 times more leases. Listen, the apartment industry has changed. The way people rent apartments today is totally different than it was yesterday. Today's renter has more access to information, and they've got more choices in apartments than they've ever had before. If you're struggling to get leases, it's most likely not your location, it's not your amenities, and it's not your price. It's your sales training. If you've been made to sit through a boring class or unrealistic online training, and you're not getting the skills that you need to work with renters, to help you handle their objections, and to make sure you close the lease and rent the apartment, well, that ends today with Leasing University. Our simple, fun, and exciting step-by-step online training and live events will give you the skills and confidence that you need to lease 7 times more apartments. Earn your certified leasing consultant credential in less than 30 days with Leasing University. Simply click on the link to get started and head over to leasinguniversity.com now to start your training.